Good morning, students. So today we are going to start our next topic of chapter second, chapter second of macroeconomics. Yes, chapter second, basic concepts of macroeconomics. Okay. So far we studied about the domestic territory, or you can say economic territory. After that, we studied about the normal residence. Then citizenship and residentship are two different items. After that, we studied about the factor income and transfer income. Then we studied about the final goods and intermediate goods. And then consumption goods and capital goods. Okay. And after that, we studied about the gross investment, net investment, and depreciation. And yesterday, we discussed about the net indirect taxes. So today, we will discuss our next topic, that is net factor income from abroad. Net factor income from abroad. Okay, and you can say NFIA, net factor income from abroad. So what is net factor income from abroad? Actually, student, it refers to, yes, it refers to the difference between factor income received from the rest of the world and factor income paid to the rest of the world. So you can say, students, that net factor income from abroad is the difference between the income earned from abroad for rendering factor services by the normal resident of the country and the income paid for the factor services rendered by non-residents in the domestic territory of a country. Okay, so NFIA is equal to factor income earned from abroad. Okay, and minus factor income paid abroad. Paid abroad. Clear? So factor income from abroad, any factor income from abroad. This is factor income from abroad. So factor income from abroad is the income earned by the normal resident of a country from the rest of the world in the form of wages and salaries, rent, interest, dividend, and retained earnings. And factor income paid to abroad. Factor income to abroad is the factor income paid to normal residents of the other countries, that is non-residents, for their factor services with the economic territories. Okay, students. So, retained earning. Actually, what is retained earning? Retained earnings refers to that part of profit which is kept as reserve after paying the corporate tax and dividend. Okay. So, students, net factor income from abroad has the following three components. First is, yes, first is net compensation. Net compensation of employees from abroad. First component is this. So, net compensation of employees from abroad, which it refers to the difference between income from work received by resident workers living abroad and similar payment made to non-resident worker staying within the domestic territory of the country. क्लियर. नेट कंपनसेशन ऑफ एम्प्लॉयज फ्रॉम अब्रॉड क्या होता है? ये डिफरेंस होता है किस किस के बीच का? इनकम फ्रॉम वर्क रिसीव्ड बाय रेजिडेंट्स वर्कर, जो रेजिडेंट वर्कर हैं हमारे, रेजिडेंट वर्कर जो अब्रॉड में रह रहे हैं, उनको अपने काम के लिए, अपने वर्क के लिए जो उन्हें रिसीव होता है. एंड सिमिलर पेमेंट मेड टू नॉन रेजिडेंट. ऐसे ही सेम जो नॉन रेजिडेंट जो हमारी कंट्री में रह रहे हैं, नॉन रेजिडेंट, उन वर्कर्स को अपनी क्या हो रहा है, उनको हमारी डोमेस्टिक टेरिटरी के अंदर उनके वर्क के लिए जो मिल रहा है. तो इन दोनों का अगर डिफरेंस ले तो दैट इज net compensation of employees from abroad. Okay, and the second component is net income. Net income from property and entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship. Okay, so this is, it refers to difference between income from property and entrepreneurship in the form of rent, interest and dividend. ओके क्योंकि ये किसका दे रहे हैं, देखिए ये इनकम कहाँ से आ रही है, ये इनकम है किसकी, प्रॉपर्टी एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप की. अब प्रॉपर्टी पे आपको क्या मिलेगा, रेंट एंड इंटरेस्ट. ओके, एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप को क्या मिलते हैं, प्रॉफिट. ओके, सो प्रॉफिट कई तरह के होते हैं, अनडिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड प्रॉफिट होते हैं, डिविडेंड होती हैं. सो यहाँ पर क्या है, it refers to the difference between income from property and entrepreneurship in the form of rent, interest and dividend received by the resident of a country and similar payment made to non-resident. ओके, ऐसे ही सेम जो पेमेंट हमारे यहाँ से कंट्री से हो रही है. तो इन दोनों का डिफरेंस हमारा क्या होगा, नेट इनकम फ्रॉम प्रॉपर्टी एंड एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप. And the third component is net retained earning. Net retained earning. Net retained earnings. ओके, नेट रिटेन्ड अर्निंग अब क्या होगी, नेट रिटेन्ड अर्निंग अभी आपको बताया. रिटेन्ड अर्निंग मीन्स, रिटेन्ड अर्निंग रेफर्स टू, yes, it refers to that part of profit which is kept as reserve after paying the corporate tax and dividends. Okay, students. So net retained earning. Net retained earning, it refers to the difference between retained earnings of resident companies located abroad and retained earnings of non-resident companies located within a domestic territory of a country. Okay, so in short, net factor income from abroad is equal to net factor income from abroad is equal to factor income earned by the domestic sector of the production employed in the rest of the world, or you can say factor income from abroad minus factor income earned by the factor of production of the rest of the world employed in the domestic economy, or factor income to abroad. Clear, students? So now the next is significance of net factor income from abroad. Significance of net factor income from abroad. Yes, so net factor income from abroad is significant to differentiate between domestic income and national income. ओके इन दोनों के बीच का डिफरेंस करने में बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंस है इसकी नेट फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड की नेशनल इनकम एंड डोमेस्टिक इनकम के बीच का डिफरेंस को समझने के लिए इन प्रैक्टिकल एस्टिमेट्स डोमेस्टिक इनकम इज एस्टिमेटेड फर्स्ट एंड देन नेशनल इनकम इज डिराइव्ड फ्रॉम द डोमेस्टिक इनकम. सबसे पहले हम लोग डोमेस्टिक इनकम को निकालते हैं, एस्टिमेट करते हैं, उसके बाद डोमेस्टिक इनकम से नेशनल इनकम को हम निकालते हैं. So how to measure the national income by domestic income? So yes, national income. Yes, national income. National income, yes, national income is equal to domestic income. Domestic income plus factor income. Factor income from abroad. From abroad due to contribution of normal residents to production outside the economic territory. Okay, and minus factor income. Factor income to abroad. Factor income to abroad. Okay, due to contribution of non-residents to production inside the economic territory. Okay. So national, yes, national यहाँ पर क्या करेंगे, माइनस करेंगे यहाँ पर क्या, नेट फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड. नेट फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड. नेट फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड अगर हम माइनस करते हैं तो उससे क्या होगा, डोमेस्टिक इनकम आएगी. तो डोमेस्टिक, ओके. और अगर डोमेस्टिक में हम लोग क्या ऐड करें, डोमेस्टिक में हम नेट फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड ऐड कर दें. नेट फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड ये हम क्या कर रहे हैं, प्लस कर देते हैं, तो वहां पर क्या होगा, नेशनल। अगर डोमेस्टिक से नेशनल बनाना है तो नेट फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड ऐड करोगे, अगर नेशनल से डोमेस्टिक में आना है तो माइनस करोगे नेट फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड। डियर स्टूडेंट्स, नाउ net factor income can be positive, negative or zero. Yes, net factor income from abroad can be positive, negative और जीरो। ये पॉजिटिव भी हो सकती है, नेगेटिव भी हो सकती है और जीरो भी हो सकती है। When number 1, net factor income from abroad is positive when income earned from abroad, income earned from abroad is more than income paid to abroad. Okay. And number 2, net factor income from abroad is negative when income earned from abroad is less than income paid to abroad. Income paid to abroad. And number 3, so net factor income from abroad is zero when income earned from abroad is equal to income paid to abroad. Dear students, now the next is, so it may conclude that the net factor income from abroad, it is the summation of net compensation of employees plus net income from property and entrepreneurship plus net retained earning. Okay, and it must be noted that net factor income from abroad is zero in a closed economy. ये मेन चीज है जो आपने करनी है. It must be noted that net factor income from abroad is zero in a closed economy. Okay, as such economy doesn't deal with the rest of the world. ओके, सो ये आपको ये पॉइंट जो है ये अपने माइंड में रखना है कि अगर आपका क्या है, क्लोज इकोनॉमी है, क्लोज इकोनॉमी में ये याद रखना, कहीं सोचो कि सिर्फ जो हमारा प्रोड्यूसर सेक्टर और हाउस होल्ड सेक्टर है वही क्लोज इकोनॉमी है. अगर आपका जो 3 सेक्टर इकोनॉमी है जिसमें गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर भी इंक्लूड होता है वो भी हमारी क्लोज इकोनॉमी ही होती है. जब हमारा रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड ऐड हो जाता है तो वो हमारी ओपन इकोनॉमी में कन्वर्ट हो जाती है। तो क्लोज इकोनॉमी है, यानी जहाँ पर हाउस होल्ड सेक्टर, प्रोड्यूसर सेक्टर एंड गवर्नमेंट सेक्टर तीनों इंक्लूडेड है, लेकिन रेस्ट ऑफ द वर्ल्ड वहां पर नहीं है, तो वहां पर नेट फैक्टर इनकम फ्रॉम अब्रॉड जो वाला जो कंसेप्ट है वो नहीं होगा। ओके, so student must be very careful while dealing with net factor income from abroad. Quite often net factor income from abroad is given in different forms. So now we take some cases. Yes, case 1. Case 1. First, factor income from abroad. Factor income from abroad is equal to rupees 500. Okay, and second, factor income to abroad is given rupees 300. Okay, so net factor income from abroad is equal to net factor income from abroad minus net factor income to abroad, that is rupees 500 minus rupees 300 is equal to rupees 200. Okay, now the case second. Case second. Yes, first factor income from abroad is equal to rupees 250. Okay, and number 2, factor income to abroad is equal to rupees 620. Okay, so net factor income from abroad is equal to, yes, rupees 250 minus rupees 620 is equal to minus rupees 370. It means kya? It means net factor income from abroad can be negative. Okay. Now the case third, factor income to abroad. Factor income to abroad is equal to rupees 150, and from abroad is not given. Then what was the net? What is the net factor income from abroad? It is minus rupees 150. Okay. And the case fourth is factor income to abroad is equal to minus rupees 150. So net factor income from abroad and net factor income, or factor income from abroad is not given. So net factor income from abroad is equal to, क्या होगा ये बच्चे, ये आएगा आपके पास पॉजिटिव में प्लस rupees 150. Clear students? Now this chapter is completed. Okay, so that's all for today. Have a good day.